The product you choose determines whether customers will come back and whether your store is worth running at all. In this video, I will show you how to do product research, where to look, and how to check if there's real demand before you spend a dime. But before, press like and subscribe. Let's begin. What makes a product worth testing? Before you start, you should know what you're looking for. 4 things separate products worth selling from those that waste your time. First is demand. Any product needs buyers. You need a market that's already formed and active enough. Second, margin. Here's a rule of thumb. Sell your product for at least 2.53 times what you pay for it before counting ad costs. Otherwise, there is not enough room to cover everything and still make money. And in any case of emergency, you risk getting wiped out. Third, differentiation. If 40 stores are already selling the same item at the same price, you need something that makes yours the obvious choice. Better photos, a tighter audience, or a bundle. Without that, you're competing on price only, and that's a losing position for a small store. And the fourth, shipping reliability. Fragile goods, oversized items, restricted categories, these eat into your profit through returns and customer complaints. Start with products that are straightforward to ship. Run every candidate through these 4 points, but be prepared for a thorough research because many products will fail at least one test. Where to find products? Now let's talk about finding the products. There are 3 main methods I like to use separately or together. The first method, Google Trends. Search a product category, set the filter to 5 years, and look at the shape of the line. Take a portable blender as an example. From 2022 to early 2026, it holds a steady baseline. Low, but consistent. That means people search for it week after week, regardless of any trend cycle. There is a spike in April 2026. Probably a viral video or a big mention somewhere. That spike is a bonus, not the reason to sell it. The reason is the 4 years of flat demand underneath it. Also check regional data. A product gaining traction in one country often spreads to others within a few weeks. One more thing about Google Trends. Everything above assumes you're looking for stable demand, and that's a safer starting point. But if you're comfortable with more risk, then it's worth watching for early-stage spikes. A product going from 0 to 40 in 3 weeks can be very profitable if you move fast. The window is short, and there is no guarantee it will keep selling. But the margins at that stage are usually much better because competition hasn't caught up yet. Just go in knowing it might be over in a month. Okay, now the second method. Social proof patterns. Open TikTok or Instagram and search hashtags related to your product category. When the same type of product keeps showing up across different creators with different audiences, that's a real signal. One viral video is nothing, but 15 unrelated creators covering the same product in the same week is worth paying attention to. And the third method, AliExpress data. Open AliExpress and sort by order volume. Filter for ratings above 4.5 stars and check when the reviews were written. For a portable blender, you will find listings with 5K to 10K orders and reviews coming in regularly. That confirms the trends data, that people aren't just searching, but buying. Compare that to a listing with 12,000 total orders, but reviews that stopped 2 years ago. These numbers look bigger, but the sales flatlined. This is where AliDropship saves your time. The product catalog already filters by order history, supplier ratings, and pricing data, so instead of pulling information from 3 platforms and comparing it manually, you're looking at products that have already passed the basic check. You still make the final call, but the starting point is much narrower. Validating before you spend. Okay, so you have selected a product, but how to validate it before pouring money in it? First of all, check ad activity. For that, open the Facebook ad library and search for the product. If multiple sellers are running campaigns, you're good. If there are no ads at all, that could mean an open market, or it could mean everyone who tried gave up. In that case, I advise you do more research. Then read the reviews. Skip the 5-star reviews. Go to the 3-star range. Those customers wanted to like the product but couldn't. Their feedback tells you exactly what is wrong and whether it's something you can fix with a better supplier, clearer photos, or a more honest product description. It is also important to see the product with your own eyes. So, order a sample. Order one before you sell it. You need to know what your customer is going to get. Check the packaging. Test the product. If it arrives and you're disappointed, your customers will be too, and they will say it out loud. And lastly, run a small paid test. Before building a full store around a product, run a $50 to $100 ad test. Watch whether people click, add to cart, show any interest at all. If nothing moves at a small expense, move on to the next candidate. Building a product strategy. Finding one product that works is good. The question after that is what you build around it. Look at what else the same customer would buy. With a portable blender, the customer is already into fitness or travel. They're a natural fit for protein shaker bottles, gym bags, or travel-size supplements. The more they can add to a single order, the more each sale is worth. Keep in mind seasonality. Portable blender is a good example of an evergreen product. It sells at a steady pace all year with no big dips. That makes planning easier and cash flow more predictable. Other products spike around specific times of the year. That's fine as long as you plan around it. A good catalog has both. Steady sellers that keep things stable, and seasonal ones that lift revenue when the timing is right. Plan to revisit your product mix every 60 days. Supplier prices change, more competitors enter, trends shift. Products that worked 6 months ago may not work now. AliDropship helps here. You can update your product list, switch suppliers, and adjust listings without rebuilding your store from scratch. Once you're managing a larger catalog, that saves a lot of time. Product research isn't a one-time task. Markets shift, suppliers change pricing. What sold last season may sit unsold this one. The stores that stay profitable tend to check this on a schedule, not just once before launch. Apply the criteria from this video. Check multiple sources. Run a small test before you commit. If you want to cut the manual research time, AliDropship is worth looking at. Link is in the description. Free plan available. Subscribe for more videos on running a dropshipping store. Drop your niche in the comments. I'll reply to what I can.